Brian's Beat.
Maybe we should think about shortening the school day. Person who's been out here at the forefront, I would have to say more or less, fighting the idea of extending the school year. Her name is Tina Bruno, is the executive director of the Coalition for a Traditional School Calendar, which I think you can tell by the name. She's not for let's just dump summer vacation all of a sudden. Tina's going to join us right now. Tina, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am excellent. Glad to have you on the program today.
Thank you.
So how did you first get involved with the coalition and this whole run about getting the school day and school year extended?
I got involved actually over 15 years ago. I was working with an inner city school, and the kids were labeled as low performers. And the school district brought in year-round school. And I was there to do some adopt-a-school programs where we had adults working one-on-one with kiddos and doing individual tutoring. And I sat and I listened to their song and dance about how fabulous this change of calendar would be. And I thought, well, this will be interesting to see. Called my mom, who's a veteran teacher, told her about it. She wouldn't even engage. All she said was, we'll talk about it after you've experienced it. So the calendar went on. I saw problem after problem after problem. Children were losing motivation. Children were mumbling and grumbling about having to go to school when they thought they should be on vacation. The Saturdays that were being included in the school calendar, the children came with an attitude that really stopped them from learning anything, no matter how exciting we tried to make it. And at the end of the year, I found that all of the wonderful learning opportunities that these kids had available for little or no cost throughout the summer, they weren't able to take advantage of because school was still going on, or school would begin again too early and they wouldn't be able to finish the programs. Changing the school calendar doesn't make a lick of difference academically if we're not giving the kids anything different.
It seems that the stuff that they being whomever the academics were throwing spaghetti up against the wall to see if it would stick, and it didn't.
Exactly. Year-round school was sold to be this magic bullet. The kids were going to do better. They were going to do better on tests. They were going to be better readers. They were going to know their math facts faster. And I sat there just with a little common sense saying, how? What are you going to do differently? And I think that's the question that people have to ask is, how you rearrange the calendar makes no difference. What you do with the time you have makes an incredible amount of difference. Are you sitting down with these children and going one-on-one to see, is, Jose having problems in math because he missed out on fractions, and so he's never been able to move forward of anything that involves a fraction? Where is the foundation weak? Until you do that with each child, you cannot strengthen their foundation and help them soar.
There's a city known as Fall River. They decided to add on to the school day. One of the programs that they added was martial arts. I think that's above and beyond where we need to be right now.
Well, and I don't mean to laugh, but I happen to have my black belt in Kung Fu, and I've taught classes to kids exactly at that grade for years. And I will tell you, it's not going to help, and it did not ever help with the kids I taught. It never helped them increase their reading skills. It never helped them increase their math skills or their ability to sit and focus to take a test.
There has to be some positive out of extending the school day and school year. What did you find?
We found nothing. That's why the school dropped it after 2 years, because they said it cost more money and there was no increase in academic. And so they went back to a traditional calendar and put their money into their teachers, into their students in their classrooms, and then they started to see an academic difference. When you do a quick Google search, you will see school district after school district after school district that says, we're dropping year-round school. What does the superintendent say is the reason? Higher costs, no increase in academics that's any different than any other school in the district. They don't see that academics soar any differently than they do in any of their other schools. And so I can't tell you what a benefit would be. We haven't seen any. Year-round school was touted 20 years ago. If it was the magic bullet for education, we wouldn't be discussing it today because it would be the norm. It's not the norm for a reason.
Then the Obama administration has been pushing for about 4 years now for year-round schools, talking about the competitive advantage our students will have against international students.
Well, when you look at international charts for when kids go to school, in a lot of countries, they actually have less instructional hours in a year than our children do. We have one of the top instructional hour calendars in the world. Obviously, having a longer school year isn't what is making the children so smart.
Brian's Beat.